do you have a lot of desires and goals and plans for your life? But when it actually comes down to it, you find yourself not able to reach your goals. Be that in a, wanting to have a better relationship, or wanting that promotion at work, or wanting to leave your job and then set up a business for yourself, or even grow your business. And do you find that you keep feeling stuck in the same patterns? So what I mean by that is that a lot of the times you may know what it is you need to do in order to grow in life and in business, but you know the steps, but somehow you're not able to take those steps, or somehow you feel that you self-sabotage, and you don't necessarily go for the things that have meaning for you and your life. I work with a lot of people that come to me, not because they don't come to me and say, you know what, Faria, I've got traumas in my past and I want to heal those, or I want to regulate my nervous system. People come because they spot a problem, or they have symptoms that they want to get rid of. Now, usually that's what draws people to, or drives people to come and seek any kind of help, or to try to get advice. And then we've got people who want to grow in their business, they want to expand, they want to become more visible, they want to have more success, and they feel like that what they need is the next business coach, or the next performance coach, or lots of different courses. And people don't usually connect these two together. They don't connect that actually high performance and performing better at work, or expanding or becoming visible, has a direct link to your nervous system becoming more regulated. So you may have all the information in the world, but to actually be able to step into those and take action, something holds you back. You almost go into the state of freeze, and you're not able to move forward. This happens a lot, and people they don't necessarily associate that or link that to, oh, okay, I need to do some trauma healing, or I need to learn how to regulate my nervous system, or I need to do some inner work. This is what I see over and over in my own practice, and this is why I wanted to talk about this today, and to address that actually it doesn't have to be one or the other. That for you to be able to step into your success, for you to feel worthy enough to step in that success, to feel that it's doable for you, it's achievable for you, you need to know how to regulate your nervous system. You cannot step into visibility with a dysregulated nervous system. Now, how do we get a dysregulated nervous system, you may ask? And I will tell you that usually happens when what we desire has not been available to us when we were growing up, or what we desire would have felt dangerous when we were growing up. And what I mean by that is, when you were growing up, or in your past history, or even in your family and collective experience, if, for example, visibility was not something that was encouraged, or sometimes you might have been shamed for speaking up or having your own opinions, or you might have been told off to, like, you're too loud, or keep quiet, nobody wants to hear your opinion, or you get what I'm trying to say. This tells you as a child, or as a teenager or a young adult, that it's not safe to be visible, or it's not going to be rewarded. And all of these things happen in your unconscious mind and also in your body. So a lot of the times when we talk about stepping into visibility, people think, okay, it's mindset. You need to get your mindsets on board. You need to push through, grind harder, achieve more. And I tell you that that's not going to help you. That's not going to happen. You may be able to do it for a little while, but then you end up feeling burnt out or exhausted, or it's not going to be sustainable. Long story short, you need to understand what's underneath your conscious mind. what needs to happen is that you need to understand that a lot of the wisdom is actually being stored in your body. And if your body goes into the state of freeze, no matter how much you push yourself cognitively or on a conscious level and say to yourself, no, come on, you got this, you can do this, move forward, you're not going to be able to do that, because something in your body is actually holding you back. You actually go into the state of freeze. Now, this is where this trauma work and nervous system regulation can be directly linked with your visibility, with your business growth, with your desires to have more and achieve more in life. So your goals are not going to be, you're not going to be able to achieve your goals just by sorting out your mindset or just by working harder. I know this because I have worked with a lot of people that have kind of gone over the nervous system by ignoring it and pushed harder and worked harder. They might have even gotten some success along the way, but at some point it will stop. It's not going to be sustainable. And also the people that you're trying to influence, if it's at work, if you're trying to sell something, if you're trying to grow your business, or even have more visibility at your work or your relationship or in life in general. What happens is that you're not going to be able to do that with hiding, because the people that you're trying to influence are going to pick that up. They're not going to, if your nervous system is dysregulated, it will be translated into how you perform, how you put yourself out there, how you make yourself visible. You may do that, but people will pick up that, you know, you're not solid in a way in what you're saying, in what you're trying to influence. For example, your relationship with money, your relationship with success is directly linked with what you have perceived growing up about money, about what it means to have some, and what it means to lose it. Because if you've been in an environment, it may not even be your, let's say, trauma. It could be something in your programming. It could be something that you observed when you were growing up. If you had money, if there's been stress around money in your household, or if there is, if there is an understanding about what it means to have more money, more success, more happiness, or whatever, if it's part of your programming, it's going to be a lot harder to get rid of. Actually, we don't want to get rid of it. We want to become more aware of it and integrate it with our different parts. So one part of you might want all the kind of the happy life that you're looking for, the desires that you want to implement actually in your life to get to that point. And then there's this part that says, oh, no, it doesn't feel safe. It's not going to happen for you. You're not worthy of it, or people are not going to pay attention. They're not going to want to you're not worthy of that relationship that you're really seeking, or you're not worthy, or it might not be in this vocabulary. You might not actually use the words, for example, worthy, but our brain is very clever. So it comes up with all these different reasons as to why we should not step into visibility, why we should not want more. So it's not necessarily in just wording of, okay, I'm not worthy, or, it's, but you will find it sometimes in your actions, right? So you might find yourself procrastinating or not stepping up, or knowing, for example, that you need to today get up and do this because it will get you one step closer to what it is that you're seeking or wanting, but you find that you just don't have the desire, or you don't have the ability to get up and get on with that particular task. A lot of the times we think, oh, okay, we're just being lazy, or we're procrastinating, or, I'm not motivated enough. Motivation has nothing to do with this, or your laziness even has nothing to do with this. This has everything to do with your nervous system being dysregulated and you not being aware of it. So when we are talking about doing the inner work, trauma healing, nervous system regulation, I don't want you to just think of that it has to be something drastic that has happened in your past that you need to address and fix. I don't want you just not to have symptoms. What I would love for you, and this is what this has been my life's work. What I would love for you is not to have the symptoms, sure, but also for you to be able to step into who you actually are. And what I mean by that is who you are is what's underneath all this programming, all these old wounds, all these kind of beliefs around, who you are and what you're supposed to do. You're not going to know who you actually are until you address all the things that are blocking you from seeing who you are. And how is that linked to, let's say, success? It has a direct link, because if you don't know who you are, if you're not tapped into who you are, how are you supposed to show up as your full self when it comes to success, when it comes to getting all the things that you truly desire for your life? You can't step into visibility. You can't step into success. You can't step into your desire with just parts of you, with the parts that are acceptable, with the parts that you have taken on and you thought, okay, well, this is who I am. Actually, no. You have many different parts. There are parts of you that have been suppressed and pushed aside because it wasn't acceptable or it wasn't safe for you to integrate that. But you can't step into visibility with parts of you being present and parts of you in hiding. So there is a direct link between success and dysregulated nervous system, between success and unprocessed trauma. So the next time you want to have a go at yourself or criticize yourself for not having the life that you desire, not doing the things that you want to do, I think that you need to consider all of this, and you need to be a lot kinder to yourself, because if you're not aware of these things, how are you supposed to change them, right? And a lot of these programs are not even yours. They come from your surrounding. They may come from your parents, your grandparents. We have the whole concept of intergenerational trauma and intergenerational programming being passed on. So we may not even be aware of it. But what I want you to know is all the things that you truly desire are the things that you want, are the things that you are actually supposed to have in life. And a part of you knows that. That's why you have the desire, because that part of you knows that you truly are worthy and deserving of these things that you truly want for your life. There's a part of you that is aware of that. But then there is a part of you, another part of you, that dismisses that because that part is influenced by your past programming, is influenced by what you've picked up around you, and it's also to do with your dysregulated nervous system. So this is very important to know, because I see that a lot. I see that this link is not usually recognized by a lot of people who are in business coaching courses, or even many therapists that are kind of working with a lot of symptoms may not necessarily make the link between these two. So this is what I have been working on, and I have been helping people overcome and achieve. And as I said, this is my life's work. I've been a psychologist and a trauma healer for 20 years. If this speaks to you, or if you feel like this is something that's aligned with where you are right now, and you want to know more about it, feel free to have a look at my website. I would leave the link to this course and all the descriptions that's to do with the course. I will leave it in a description box. Feel free to check it out. You can get lots more resources and more information by looking at my website, by looking at my Instagram. I will put all the links in the description, and you can see for yourself and see how that feels for you. And feel free to reach out to me through my website. And if you have any more questions, if you want to know more about this program is called Homecoming to Self, Business Growth and Visibility Edition. And Homecoming to Self is a program that I developed over the years that work with clients to overcome all the barriers or all the obstacles that are holding them back from stepping into what they truly want. Again, It can be in your relationship, your business, your, life in general. But I chose the name Homecoming to Self because it is about overcoming all this programming, becoming aware of your old wounds, how they may interfere with who you want to be. So this is about coming back to the core of who you are, coming back to the magic that you have and what you're supposed to be doing in this life and your mission. So this is very close to my heart, this program, and I am offering it now in that edition for 4 weeks. So again, feel free to check it out and see for yourself.